Well, hello everyone. Today I have with me an entrepreneur who holds 2 unicorns to his name. Please welcome Mr. Sandeep Aggarwal, founder and CEO of Droom. Welcome, sir. It's always a pleasure to meet you.
Thank you, Soumya. Thank you for having me.
Okay, so beginning with the present day contours of the technology world, I know you are a technology enthusiast. Would you like to give us a sense of what really is happening in the world of technology in India and globally?
Sure, absolutely. So Soumya, I think technology in some form and shape always existed. From the human being invented the perfect round wheel to we talking about robotics, artificial intelligence, technology always existed. And last 10-12 years technology has become the most impactful driving force for the mankind, and it has become so prevalent part of our daily life, and after COVID more so. However, last 3-4 months there has been a fairly large meltdown in terms of the performance of technology companies in the stock market, investors' perception, etc. So that has been an issue, and how it relates to in India, in my view, is that while India in a long run offers immense opportunity, I almost feel that new age companies can be the locomotive of growth for India for the next decade. However, I would say a couple of things have happened here, which kind of, if you converge them, what is happening globally is not necessarily very good. Too much of money has come to India too quickly for the businesses who were not ready to take that capital. Second, in my view, India founders, unlike Silicon Valley founders, most of them actually like to replicate what has already been proven in other part of the world rather than coming with the original thinking, right? And third is, even a lot of global investors will actually not give India credit of coming up with its own original homegrown innovation, but will immediately invest in an idea which is proven elsewhere, right? But if you think about it, we now live in an era. Earlier it was, Apple came from America, Google came from America, Facebook came from America, right? Even all these, even the lot of famous Coca-Cola, Pepsi, chips, all different innovations of different era came from USA. But who would have thought now, like companies like TikTok came from US. There's a very beautiful company in Southeast Asia, Grab or C Limited, came from not from USA. So I think the local innovations in a large economies is now very common, and I hope Indian entrepreneurs now can dare to come up with original thinking, and I hope global investors can reward the original thinking and innovations rather than just replication of globally proven model for India.
Sure, very well put. So now coming down to your baby, which is Droom. Sir, let's go to the start. I want to understand that we can probably call Droom one of the early players in the market, right? But I'm sure the journey would not have been a cupcake for you initially.
That's right.
So could you give me a sense of, some initial hiccups or some silver linings that you probably enjoyed?
Yeah, absolutely. So Soumya, I had already created a $1 billion company, Shop Clues. So from that perspective, I was a proven entrepreneur, and I was only one of the 4 Indians that time who had ever created a unicorn. Now India on 1st May, India completed 100 unicorn, but I feel very lucky and blessed to create the 4th unicorn. However, I had a personal crisis which is very well documented if you do Google search, etc. So I had a personal crisis of very high magnitude. God was kind that I came out of it, although it took longer time, 6-7 years, but I came out of it unscathed and completely clean. However, to answer your question, when I started Droom, I was super excited that India is the 5th largest automobile market in the world. Cars have become very advanced. You are talking about driverless car, robotic car which can fly with a single charge can go 500 kilometers. But when it came to buying and selling automobile, India still offered a 140 years old 19th century experience. So I thought I could disrupt it, right? And there were already online classifieds. There was only product discovery, automobile, vertically focused content players. So for me, in terms of market timing also, it appeared that I will be, in terms of analogy, I would be more like Facebook versus Orkut or MySpace. Right, so because while you gave me a credit of being an early player, but I'm so glad I was not the first player for any model of online. I was the first e-commerce player, right? So that really helped us. But because of my personal crisis, what happened while I was created a $1 billion company. Out of every 10 investors, every 10 would like me, like my energy, vision, passion, ability to, and it was very clear that yes, this guy can make a $1 billion company again. But the elephant in the room was my personal crisis. So I would only get yes from 2 of the 10 investors I would meet. And that happened almost for 6-7 years. But as they say, necessity is a mother of invention. I got lesser money for my achievement building Droom, but that also made us even more frugal and making sure $1 raised by us works more like $3 for any other startup and maybe $10 for a large businesses.
But sir, I have to comment that you've come out victor out of all your challenges. So very many congratulations on that.
Thank you.
Okay, so taking cue from your previous answer, the journey of an entrepreneur is not that easy. There are a lot of sleepless nights. It needs a lot of grit and gumption to, prove your point and cement yourself in the field, right? So I want to understand, what is that one thing that you really enjoy about being an entrepreneur, and what is that one thing that you don't like?
I think the biggest thing for me is solving a real life problem with the use of technology and data science. That gives me a kick or satisfaction or happiness better than anything else. So that is perhaps the reason I can keep on going. So all the businesses I have created, they are like, Droom is not an automobile company which uses technology, but a technology company which happens to sell automobile. Same way ShopClues was not a retail company which was using technology. It was a technology company which happens to be in retail. So I think that is the single biggest thing I like. There's so many, but entrepreneur, the life never gives you ability to cherry pick. So it's good, bad, ugly. It's a mixed bag for everything, right? Things I don't like is when things become mundane, when people lose that feeling of a day one. When something is new and you get butterflies in your stomach, when you stop getting that, things become mundane, things become boring. I don't like those. If I have my way, even for a 100-year-old company, I would like to preserve that butterflies in your stomach every day.
Sure.
So.
Okay, so sir, we realize that a lot of players have cropped up in your category, in the past few years. So what really differentiates Droom from, the rest of the players in the market?
Absolutely. So, Soumya, as I mentioned earlier, I don't think I would have even started Droom if India did not have online classifieds and online product discovery platforms which offer rating, review, technical specs, videos, etc. So for me, in the evolution, these two type of business models in fact did not discourage me but encouraged me that now the time has come for me to create India's first ever e-commerce platform. That is why I use the analogy of Orkut versus Facebook. Both were right. So that was an evolution. Now our differentiation is we are pure play e-commerce. Actually, even till today, there's no one who is pure play e-commerce. Some people are trying to become e-commerce, but they are very deeply hooked up to the physical infrastructure, which includes 3 things: physical store, warehouses, and refurbishment center. We have none of these. Second, we are B2C. A lot of our very visible competitors are C2D, means they'll tell you that check price in 3 minutes, sell in 30 minutes. Internet is full of those companies' ads nowadays, right? So they are consumer to dealer. In my view, they have done a good job of solving search time and search cost for a seller like you and I, but that model in my view does not make money for shareholders, right? Third thing is we don't carry our own inventory. Rather, we have onboarded close to 22,000 automobile dealers we have converted them into cloud dealers in 1162 cities, right? So thus, so how this translates into our tangible, so this is our business model differentiation, but how it translates into a differentiation for you and I as a consumer. Number one, we offer 4 lakh automobiles online, which probably will be 30 times higher than second best in the country. Okay. Second, on an average, an automobile is 16% cheaper for us because of our asset light and technology solution rather than expensive physical and people heavy solution. Sure. Third is we are the only platform which sell anything from bicycle to plane, not just car. Most of our competitors' names start or end with car. Next one is we are the only platform which sell new and used. Next one is we are the only platform in India which is not only just a tier 1 phenomena. We cater to Bharat, not India. We cater to entire Bharat. So we are in 1161 cities. Finally, most of our competitors sell only mass market cars like Wagon R, Swift Desire, i20, Hyundai i20, Hyundai i10. We sell them a lot too. But we also sell mid-market cars like Innova or Creta, or we also sell high-end cars like German cars. So those are that is, our choice of business model allowed us to have this differentiation and value for buyers.
Sure. Now that you've told me the key differentiators, I want to understand the kind of evolution that you've had in terms of your marketing strategies. So beginning from the start till today, how has your marketing really panned out for you, and what kind of, what has really worked for you?
Absolutely. So Soumya, we run a B2C consumer internet company, and marketing is very, very important. In fact, in our income statement, this is the biggest spend line item. Right, technology or marketing, these are the two spend for any B2C consumer internet company. We have used digital marketing, right, and within digital marketing, retention or brand or performance-based marketing, and we have used the whole suite of traditional marketing, which I'll divide into ATL and BTL. So first of all, let me say this way: if I look at last 8 years of journey, pardon me for guessing rather than having accurate number, but perhaps we would have spent maybe by now 1,000 crore rupees on marketing. Wow. Out of that, 15 to 20% would be in brand, like TV, outdoor, maybe 15%, TV, outdoor, print, magazine, outdoor, etc. And also activations and events, so 15%. We would have spent maybe 40% in performance-based or advertising, which is brand based but digital, on Google, Facebook, or affiliate, alliance, email marketing, etc. And then I would say 35 to 40%, actually maybe 40% on deals, promotions and offers, like Mother Day special, buy a scooty, get 2,000 rupees off. We sell helmet for 9 rupee, right? So these are the deals and promotions. And I would say remaining 5% would be retention marketing. Like bringing someone back. We are not selling t-shirts or mobile phone where someone will come very frequently. We are selling car where repeat is after 4 or 5 years, but we still need to do a lot of retention marketing. So this is a distribution of our spend, and different time, honestly, different things have worked. Also, we have been heavy different time on different of these 4 categories, right? One thing which has always worked, I would say, is the performance based digital marketing. Right, I have also seen the word in e-commerce has moved from discovery led by Google to maybe more like a social media led by YouTube or Instagram and Facebook. So we have seen that shift. Last 1.5 to 2 years, we have spent disproportionately higher effort or money in influencer marketing, creator economy, and content marketing in general. Video format has last few years has been working out very well. But look, I would not say, I think these all 4 are there. Probably if you are building a company, you'll have to use these. You may be heavy or light on different phases.
It's always a mix of all these.
That's right. And if I look at next 3 year also, I think the mix may shift, but we will be doing all these 4 buckets of marketing.
Sure, excellent. Talking of the elephant in the room, the IPO part of your business. So you were aiming at a $3.5 billion valuation earlier, but now it has come down to $2.2 billion, if I'm not wrong, right? So why is this dip? And,
well, Soumya, unfortunately, we maybe just allow me to say this way. First of all, we filed our IPO in beginning of November. We have gone through all the SEBI's lay down process, and we have completed part of our marketing. When the time is right, we will be listed. Unfortunately, until the company is listed, I am not allowed to make any comment on our valuation. That's the guidelines of our country's regulator. So unfortunately, that part I would not like to comment. But only thing I will say is that we are solving this company for a long-term horizon. We think it takes 8 to 10 years to create a world-class company, and we don't have desire for quickly cashing out or selling. Unless something happens to me, I would like, and unless I'm performing, I would like to build this company as an institution which can go for decades to come. So because of that, and we think we have an opportunity to create a very large asset from this business. So we would always do the things which is very good for the entire ecosystem. For us, for many, IPO may be the end, and maybe, right, but for us, IPO is the beginning of a new type of journey. So we would always, our culture is more like under promise, over deliver. And beyond that, unfortunately, I cannot make any comment on evaluation.
But would you like to give me a sense of how IPOs are really working for the new age companies overall?
There were multiple high-profile IPOs. All the big companies which we use, we see them on a daily life. We touch and feel, they touch and feel us. 5-6 of those IPOs came from January of 2021. I would say until yesterday, right? 5-6 of them, most of them have significantly come down in terms of their offer price versus where they are, and unfortunately we outcast them. We say that look at the new age company stocks, they have done so poorly, but we don't realize that in US, which is the heaven, or maybe the largest concentration of all the world's best technology offerings companies listed there, they have actually come down even more. In fact, recently my team had done one analysis, and we realized that on an average, new age IPOs in India have gone down by 45%, but at the same time, the small and mid cap technology stocks on Nasdaq have gone down by 75%. So while a new IPO should not go down, but thing is they have still done performance wise better than small and mid cap stocks globally, right? So my only thing would be, I think if India start outcasting, because we have only a handful of new age IPOs, it is very easy to outcast them, right? But if you start outcasting them, A, they will prove you wrong. B, if you keep on outcasting them, then don't expect India to leapfrog in a 21st century with latest technologies and entrepreneurs feeling more encouraged to challenge the status quo and build something new for this country.
True, I agree. Okay, so I would want to now understand how do you really see the future of online buying and purchase of automobiles versus the physical stores? I know you're not present in a physical manner, but how do you really see the future?
Absolutely. So Soumya, our view is that when Henry Ford invented assembly line, coming up with a physical dealership was a very logical sense. That time, mobile, high-speed internet, high-resolution camera, location-based technology did not exist. So how would you now display your product to a potential buyer? Even tell them this is steering, this is gas pedal, this is gear, this is a speedometer, right? People did not know. It was a new invention. So they opened physical store where they will bring people and they'll give them a test drive or something like that. So that is how the retailing of automobile happened. But the whole definition of technology is what is now possible, which was previously not possible. So many things are now possible which were not possible when Henry Ford invented assembly line. So and if those things are possible, those are online. That is the online offer, in my view, cheaper, faster, better solution for any retail category. Automobile is absolutely different from electronics, buying clothing, shoes and accessories, health and beauty, jewelry and watches, because it's high touch and feel, big ticket item, you rarely buy it. But the physical store has so much of limitations that this category, you know, we did not need COVID to bet on online. We started it way back in 14, right? So I feel that in my view, the future, in my view, for the automobile is online. Right, it's an e-commerce is a future for automobile, and this is not a high margin category like the kind of money companies like Google, Apple, Microsoft make or Facebook make. This is a low margin category. So the moment in India you touch physical store, warehouse refurbishment, people heavy operations, or carry inventory on your own balance sheet, you won't be able to make money, in our view, independent of scale. So that is why we feel that this category was one of the last ones to move online, but from here on, in my view, this will continue to see very rapid adoption online.
Sure, fair enough. Okay, coming down to my last question, you mentioned in one of your previous interviews that the company's focus is going to be working on the financial services, as well as you see a lot of mergers and acquisitions. So I want to understand how far have you come in that sense, plus how do you see the future of Droom unfolding in the next 2 years?
Absolutely. So Soumya, if you look at globally, the largest automobile retailers, even a neighborhood small dealer, they make 50% of their money from selling the car, used car, and they make 50% from loan and insurance. You can judge us, call us naive, but for first 7.5 years, we actually did not make money through loan and insurance. We could make it. It's not like we tried and we were unsuccessful. But our focus was building the basic plumbing and infrastructure for the country so that a tough category like automobile can shift online. Sure. So we spent tens of $millions, years and years, on building India's pricing engine, which can give you fair market value of used vehicle in 10 seconds. We built not a high school graduate telling the car condition, but a AI and IoT driven inspection separate app. We created India's largest national repository for used vehicle historical record, like number of prior owners, disputed title, theft history, water damage, flood damage. We created last mile solution, not for a smartphone or laptop or a t-shirt, but for a car, right? So this, in our strategy, we thought building these first would be better, and we are very frugal, we are asset light, and we measure everything. So our burn rate, unlike other companies, 1/10 of other companies in a similar space, 1/10. So we could afford not to have loan and insurance until 7 years of our evolution, but build the basic plumbing work which we can use for next 100 years. Now we have built it and we'll continue to invest there, but now we have a mindset, attention to dial up on financial services. And as we do that, it has a potential for us to double our margin. Because it's a, you know, as I mentioned earlier, 50% is made by selling the car and 50% from loan and insurance. So that's a very big focus for me and our entire management team. And even if we are 1/3 as successful as a neighborhood dealer, still will be able to make so much more pure margin. Sure. On a M&A side, we have been active for the last 1 year. And as we find, we are less likely to acquire companies in the similar categories in which we operate, or just for a geographical presence, but we are more interested in acquiring the company which either helps us to improve our margin or give us access to the technology which can beautifully fit into ours, or give access to highly trained and extremely nice talent or workforce. So those are the places where we will be acquiring companies.
Sure. So I had a great time chatting with you, some very interesting insights. I wish you all the best for your endeavors, and thanks again for your time.
Sure. Thank you, Soumya. Thank you for having me.